that a beautiful sight? The boys.
This year's EAA AirVenture is officially in the books, and officials say it looks to be one for the record books as well. Hundreds of thousands of people packed the grounds in Oshkosh over the past week, and that includes a record number of planes as well. Fox 11's Beth Jones has a wrap-up of the world's largest aviation celebration.
There's one.
It's a wrap for the Colvin family.
I've been coming since I was a little kid, and then missed a few years in between, but usually every year.
They traveled all the way from Oklahoma, and now it's time to head back south after 7 days at EAA. But Clue Colvin's kids wish it were a longer trip.
I do not want to leave.
The Colvin family was among more than 500,000 people on the EAA grounds this past week.
The year at Oshkosh was clearly a good success.
EAA President and CEO Rod Hightower says attendance was up about 5% over last year, totaling about 563,000 people. While that number is not a record breaker, Hightower says the number of airplanes at the air show surpassed any other year.
We estimate this year well over 10,000 airplanes. Looks like the number is going to bump up there, I'd say around 12,000, so we'll have those counts later, but that's a great turnout of aircraft on the field this year.
However, the event didn't completely go off without a hitch. 13 miles of Highway 41 in that area is under construction, and traffic was a bit of an issue for a couple days, with some backup stretching a few miles. Officials say that's something they will look into.
We've got intake constraints and limitations and bottlenecks at actually getting into our grounds, and there's bottlenecks out on the transportation system, in this case the highways and the side roads, so I think we need to be looking at that.
Besides traffic, officials say there is room for other improvements for next year, including the features and attractions, as well as the overall visitor experience. So even though crews are still wrapping up this year's event, officials are already looking ahead. And that's true for those who fill up the grounds, like the Colvin family.
Are you looking forward to coming back next year?
Yeah.
In Oshkosh, Beth Jones, Fox 11 News.
So are you wondering what's ahead for AirVenture 2012? EAA officials say they hope to have all of the original surviving Tuskegee Airmen in attendance at the event.